Hey, what's going on, you cats and chicks? Gavin the Grease here, back with you with another video. You dig? You're probably wondering yourself, what's the video going to be on today? Well, I figured I would do a video that's a little bit different than what I normally do. Normally, I go stuff on about with the Grease for subculture and whatnot. And I figured I'd do a little top 10 video for you cats today. Today I figured that I would, sit down, do some thinking, what my next video is going to be about. And I came up with the video topic I'm going to be doing for you cats. And I'm going to be doing the top 10 songs that are my favorite of rock and roll from the 50s. So songs from the 50s that are rock and roll from that genre that are my top 10 favorite. Now, I did not put these songs in any order, so, don't be going in the comments going, why is this song above this one? Listen, I love all these songs that are on this list, but these are just my top 10 personal picks. Like, if I was going somewhere, or, and I was picking a song, these are one of the top 10 songs from the 50s I would pick. That's rock and roll, okay? They're not in any order, like I said. It's just my top 10 picks, okay? Number 10, all right? I figured you got to start the list off with something good. It's a classic song. And that song will be Jailhouse Rock by Elvis Presley. Now, Jailhouse Rock was one of the first songs I ever heard by Elvis Presley. And the first time I heard it, it was a really, it just blew me away. It was a really good song. It's got that, it's just a really good song. It's like one of the first songs I ever heard by Elvis Presley. And one of the first ever rock and roll songs from being a Grease that I've ever heard. So I figured I got to put that song on the list because it's the first song I ever heard that got me into liking rock and roll. Was Jailhouse Rock, so I figured I had to put it on this list because it deserves to be on it for that reason. Alright? But yeah, Elvis Presley, Jailhouse Rock, really good song, at least in my opinion. I think it is. It's a classic song, by Elvis Presley. Alright, number 9, we have Roll Over Beethoven by Chuck Berry. Now, the Beatles did a cover of this song, and the Beatles cover was pretty good too, but I like original versions, at least some original versions, more than I like copy or, doing or cover versions of other songs. But both versions, in my opinion, of the Beatles and Chuck Berry's version were both very, very good. But I don't know, man. I think Chuck Berry's version I like a little bit better just because, he was the one who wrote it, obviously. And I think, it's just my favorite. It's my personal favorite. Nothing against the Beatles. I think the Beatles did a really good job doing it too, but I think Chuck Berry's version just, is my favorite. That's just how it is. Number 8, Rave On by Buddy Holly. Again, another classical 50s artist of rock and roll. The birth of rock and roll. Another classic artist from that time period is Buddy Holly. And fun fact, the song Rave On by Buddy Holly is the first ever Buddy Holly song I ever heard. Believe it or not. So I put 2 songs that were the first songs I ever heard of, and that was Jailhouse Rock and Rave On by Buddy Holly. But yes, Rave On was the very first song by Buddy Holly I ever heard. And obviously over time, I started listening to more of his stuff, and I started, getting into more of his music and started, checking it out. And I started buying records from him, which I have currently 3 records of Buddy Holly right now. So, yeah. I like Buddy Holly. It's pretty good. But yeah, Rave On, man, is a very good song. It's very, very good, man. I would say it's, for me, it's just a very good song. It's a very good song by Buddy Holly. It's got that, upbeat rhythm to it. It's just very good. Very good dancing song. So if you go dancing, or if you want to learn how to dance, definitely try Rave On by Buddy Holly. It's a very good dancing song. It's a very good song in general. Very uplifting song. Very good. It's a really good song. All right. I figured I can't add Buddy Holly in here without adding Ritchie Valens. And you're probably wondering, well, what Ritchie Valens song do you like a lot? Well, the song that's called Ooh My Head. That's really what the song is called. And this song is kick-ass from the start to the end. I can't even tell you. Alright. Unfortunately, Ritchie Valens and Buddy Holly died in a plane crash in 1959 on February the 3rd. So they're obviously not on this earth right now. But yeah. Ritchie Valens, a really great artist. The record of Ritchie Valens I do have, every song on that album is good from front to back, But I think the song that sticks out to me is Ooh My Head. It's a really good song. it's just really good, man. You know, it's fast paced. You know, it's just a really good song, man. Richie Valens is, I have to say, one of my favorite artists as far as, you know, rock and roll goes. I have to say he's up there with one of my top favorites. He's really good. All right, number 6. I figured I would add one of the people who started rock and roll very early. So before Elvis Presley, before, you know, Buddy Holly, before Richie Valens. One of the first persons to ever really do rock and roll was Bill Haley. I might be saying that wrong if I am. Hopefully I'm not. But yeah, Bill Haley is one of the very first persons. I wouldn't say he's the exact first person. You know, I don't know who the fuck the exact first person is to start rock and roll. But Bill Haley is one, he's out there, you know, he's out there for being one of the first persons. I think, like I said, he started before Elvis, so about 1953, some of his songs were made in. So he's definitely out there for being one of the first persons, okay? And this is another classic Bill Haley song. It's one of his, probably I would say, most famous songs, which is Rock Around the Clock. Very good song, you know. It's got, you know, a very, you know, uplifting beat to it. You know, I don't know exactly what the song's about, but if I had to say, it's probably about, I don't fucking know, honestly, I really don't know. But all in all, it's a really good song. I just really like that song by Bill Haley. And, yeah, if you want to check it out, check it out. You know, I don't really care if you do or you don't. But yeah. Number 5. We're getting down to the middle of the number 5 spot. And that would be Waiting in School by Ricky Nelson. Ricky Nelson, fantastic artist. Okay, fantastic 50s artist. Did a lot of good stuff back in that time period. Also in the 60s, too. Ricky Nelson did a lot of good stuff in the 60s. But yeah, man. Yeah, Waiting in School, I have to say, is my favorite Ricky Nelson song. Why, you ask? Well, because it just has that good, you know, feeling to it. It's got that good uplifting beat. You know, it's just a good song. Ricky Nelson's got a good voice and was very, very good with his stuff. And I like Ricky Nelson for those reasons. Okay? So, yeah. Alright, number 4. Lucille by Little Richard. Come on, you know you gotta have some Little Richard in here, right? Lucille by Little Richard. First of all, Little Richard, let me tell you, is one of the most craziest voices for the 50s being in that time period that you will ever hear. Okay? I really don't know nobody else other than James Brown who can really do a good Little Richard type of voice. I mean, Little Richard's, you know, he's got a crazy voice, man. And Lucille, you know, clearly shows it of what he can do with his voice. You know, it's very high, you know, it's very, you know, it's just a very good song in general. And probably my favorite song by Little Richard was Lucille, because of how high he gets his voice, you know, how much he screams and puts that power in his voice while he plays the piano, too. It's just amazing. Alright. Number 3 would be Chuck Berry's song, Little Queenie. This song is probably my favorite Chuck Berry song at the moment. I listen to the song pretty much every day. That's how much I like this song. It's really good. It kind of reminds me of Run Run Rudolph by Chuck Berry as well, because it starts off with that same, you know, guitar. If you ever heard Run Run Rudolph, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, go check that song out too, because it's also a very good song by Chuck Berry as well. Even if it's not Christmas time, it's still a good song to listen to. But yeah, Little Queenie is probably my favorite Chuck Berry song as of right now. I'll probably, you know, like other songs too, you know, because how I always do my things. Sometimes I like one song and I'll go into another song and I like that song as well. But yeah, Little Queenie, a very good Chuck Berry song. It might just be Queenie. I don't know exactly which one it is. I could be wrong. Could be not wrong. Don't know. All in all, though, it's a very good song. Number 2, Ready Teddy by Little Richard. Yes, I added another Little Richard song in here. Why? Because Little Richard's a good artist, you know? He's got a very powerful voice. I respect him for that, and I like him for that reason. So I decided to add another, you know, not that Elvis Presley or Buddy Holly doesn't have good voices as well. They all do. But Little Richard, you know, has got one of those voices that no one else really ever had for his time, you know? No one else had a voice like his at his time. That's why, you know, he was good. Alright, Ready Teddy by Little Richard and Elvis, too. I wrote Elvis on here as well, because Elvis did a very good cover song of it as well. Yeah, both Little Richard and Elvis did a very good cover of Ready Teddy. Little Richard's the one who wrote it. Elvis is the one who covered it. Both of them did an amazing job at the song. But yeah, so number 2 spot I have Ready Teddy by Little Richard and also Elvis Presley. I put Elvis on there as well because, he did a good job at it as well. All right, the number 1 spot. Like I said, these are not in any order, okay? So, yeah, let me know your favorite rock and roll songs, if you like any, from the 50s era that you like as your favorites. These are just my top 10 favorites, top 10 classics of songs that I figured I'd put on this list just to do a short little video on. All right? Number 1 would be Eddie Cochran's Something Else. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Eddie Cochran, all right? It was hard to choose what Eddie Cochran song I wanted to put on here, okay? Because, for one, Eddie Cochran's got a lot of good songs. And I know it's going to stick mainly towards rock and roll. I figure I'd at least add one rockabilly song in here as well. And that's where Eddie Cochran comes in. Now, there are other rockabilly artists that I do like as well. And I'll probably go that topic on another video where I do maybe, top 10 rockabilly songs that I like as well. But for today, I'm doing rock and roll only, except for the Eddie Cochran song I put on this list because Eddie Cochran's a good artist, all right? He's a very good artist. He does very good songs. And like I said, it was hard for me to pick what Eddie Cochran song I wanted on this list. And I picked something else. Why? Because just like all of other Eddie Cochran songs, it's a good song. Something Else, Summertime Blues, Come On Everybody. Eddie Cochran's got a lot of really good songs. 20 Flights of Rock, he's got a lot of good songs, man. He's a really good rockabilly artist from, the 50s and whatnot, from that time period, But yeah, so that is my top 10 rock and roll songs from the 50s that I put on this list. Let me know what your favorite rock and roll song is from the 50s if you have one. And if you don't, well, that's alright, Doesn't affect me, but if you do have one, let me know. And, yeah. Anyways, cats, that is my top 10 list of top 10 rock and roll songs. Hope you all enjoyed the video. And if you did, well, I just hope you enjoyed it, go follow the Instagram, the Facebook, just go, I really don't give a fuck if you do or you don't, but I'm just putting it out there, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, I don't know what to say, but other than I'll see you in the next video that I do on the Greaser subculture like I've been doing. Yeah, see you cats later.